Hello friends, my name's TheRealEmile and welcome back to Forza Horizon 2. In today's video we are continuing on the Classic Racers Championship and our car of choice is the Alfa Romeo Giulia TZ2. Now I don't know too much about this car. I know it's a barn find in the game and I've upgraded it to A class and it's absolutely superb to drive. Although I do need to tune the gear ratios a bit. I actually drove this one down to, I forgot the name of where we are, but I actually drove this one down and I actually found out the gear ratios are really long. But this car is a barn find you can find within Horizon 2, so most of you probably have this. It was actually a toss up between this car and the Shelby Daytona, which is another superb car in this game. I love the Shelby Daytona. I don't know what's happened to it because in Forza 4, I didn't like it. In Horizon, it had sort of a paint job on it that made it look a bit meh. So I wasn't a huge fan of that car. And then when they bought into Forza 5, they got rid of the racing paint jobs they had on it and gave it a blue metallic body with white stripes, and it looked absolutely superb. So I absolutely adore that car. It's fantastic. So we might get into that later. We'll see. Oh. Where you'll see the world's worst window wiper. That's one of the advantages of this. But yeah, this car is also extremely pretty as well. Are you ready for the world's worst window wiper? Yeah. It sort of just rubs the middle of the window. So I can't see anything, my passenger can't see anything. But if you're sat in the back seat, in the middle, it's brilliant. Only problem, this car doesn't have a back seat. So that's interesting. Other Alfa Romeo things on this is the rev count is huge and it's got the oil pressure and the fuel gauge in front of you. However, you may notice out of the corner of your eye, there's the speedo. I don't know why the speedo's in the passenger well. The only thing I can think of is this car might have been one of those for time trial rallies. I can't remember the actual name of them. Top Gear did one when they bought cars from auction. You basically go along for a couple of days and you have to average a certain speed between each section. So I don't know, maybe that's why that's there. That's the only reason I can think of, because that seemed horribly impractical to everyone else. Yeah, so this car's definitely interesting, but I do like it. Another thing I like about it is I believe, I haven't driven this one in a while, but last time I drove this I thought it was absolutely fantastic. One of my favourite championships in this game. I actually did the Classic Racers Championship in Nice, and this is the car I used, and it was absolutely superb then. And it definitely feels it now. You get quite a lot of grip in this car. There's virtually no understeer. It's pretty much spot on, this car. Yeah. And unlike a real Alfa Romeo, this one doesn't break down, which is really, you know, a lot of people argue whether Forza's an arcade simulation or an arcade game or whatever. It's not, because the Alfa Romeos don't explode on halfway around the first lap of the track. If they did, then yeah, it'd be a full simulation game. I don't know, it's a weird one to predict, because obviously cars aren't driven by controllers, but I believe everyone who... well, most people who drive this on a steering wheel say it's fairly accurate. I haven't driven it on the steering wheel, mostly because the Xbox One steering wheels are ludicrously expensive. They're like £300. I'm not paying that. I'm not paying almost exactly what the console cost to use a steering wheel. Yeah. And Project Cars, apparently that was more of a simulation. I did play Project Cars, I actually do have it, but I played like 2 races of it and I was like, I don't like this game. Actually no, tell a lie, I completed the Renault Clio Cup, and then I'm currently in Ginettas, I believe they're called, but you know, then everyone basically found out that the career mode just has no purpose whatsoever, and if you look through the achievements list, they just, again, it doesn't have a purpose. So it's just like, oh, well, I don't want to play this then. And I stopped playing it, and I played it once since, and I still don't like it. Yeah. Maybe you do need a steering wheel to enjoy that game, but on a controller it just wasn't good. It wasn't good fun. Synchronizing driver tires. It occasionally has to do that. Just looking at my statistics, I've done 500 races apparently. Yeah. Some of you have been asking how I've got so much money and whatnot. Honestly, it's through Forza rewards, partly, and the other part is just playing this game a lot. I'm level 249, I think. Bear in mind, I've played in about 2 online lobbies. I don't play online lobbies, mostly because A, my internet connection can be a bit temperamental when it comes to online games these days, and B, just because everyone who races online doesn't really race online so much as just plays Destruction Derby Raw, which was a fantastic game on the PlayStation 1. But anyway, so I don't usually go online. So most of this is just from playing single player championships and doing the Forza rewards. Bear in mind, the reason I haven't got like a ludicrous amount of credits is because I actually do buy cars quite often. It's sort of my mission to buy every car in every Forza. And so far, actually, Forza 5, I've only got 3 more to buy in that game. I've got the 3 Indy cars. I've got one because obviously I did the championship. In this game, I think I need about 14 million credits to buy them all, so I can either play this game many times, or I can just sort of, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? I've completely lost my train of thought. Or I can just wait until all my rewards thing build up. Speaking of which, Forza 6, apparently I actually read my rewards statement for that game. I'm going to be starting that game with 20 million credits in a Koenigsegger era and 15 other cars, which I'm very excited for. The thing I'm not excited for is that I have to pony over the money for the pre-order, because from what I can tell, the Ultimate Edition currently isn't available as a physical copy, and I would really like a physical copy. So I don't quite know what I'm going to do on that front. So yeah, we'll have to see. There's an Alfa. I'm just going to block him. Yeah, the Alphas seem insanely quick in A-Class. There's a DBR1's got some serious speed though. You can't carry it through that corner though, can he? No. I don't really like this race course. I've done it a few times. I hate this track. Especially this bits up here. I personally lose so much time up here, usually if I'm driving a car which isn't absolutely perfect. Which luckily for me, this Alfa pretty much is. Around there. Hopped up on the curb a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. It takes such a... Well, that wasn't a neat line, but it was a pretty good line through that corner. If you get tail happy through that corner, you've pretty much had it. So, there you go. Flawless victory. Jesus Christ. What happened to that Maserati Tipo? It looks so sad. And that Ford GT40 and the Lotus. Many expensive cars have apparently died. God knows what happened, because I pretty much just escaped to the front and that was that. So, I mean, I don't know what they've been doing back there, but I assume it wasn't healthy for their vehicles. Oh dear.
Alright, we're saying goodbye to San Martin for a little while. Meet up at the hub when you're ready, and we'll set off on the next stage of the trip.
Excellent. Yes, we are indeed saying goodbye to San Martin, and I am going to be saying goodbye to you all. This has been the Alfa TZ2. Definitely give this car a try. In A-Class, this is a pretty good car. If you want me to throw the tune up, just comment below, and I will endeavour to get the tune up. Oh, thank you for all the people who... I don't know if it's actually as a result of my video or if it's just because people want a Nissan Duke Max build, but thank you very much for making my Nissan Duke Max power build one of the highest rated tunes for the Nissan Duke. I've never actually had anything like that happen before in a Forza game. Usually my paints, you know, I don't... In Forza 4 I was actually fairly alright. In Forza 5 and Horizon 2 I haven't really done too much in the paint studio. But I mean, I wasn't too bad at it in Forza 4 and Horizon and so on. And the best my paints got like 15 downloads. Usually there was for DLC cars. I made a GTA 3 beta cop car, so that's a pretty, you know, what's the word? God, exclusive paint. You know, you've sort of, there's only a few certain people who play Forza who will know what that vehicle is. So I had a bit of trouble shifting that one maybe, but it was a pretty decent paint. I enjoyed it. It's probably the best paint I've done. Just gonna show you one thing quickly. I know it's not relevant anymore, but I do have a Nissan Duke Pringles edition. But anyway, from a very pretty Alfa to a Nissan Duke which isn't loading. I want to thank you all very much for watching. My name's been TheRealEmile, and until next time, farewell. There's the Duke. Right, anyway friends, I will see you all next time. Goodbye.